Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? This is John Mason. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, and that is a time we pay our respects to all the women in our lives, our mothers, and our wives, and our girlfriends, and our sisters, and every other woman we come across. Happy Mother's Day, ladies. And if we want the best for the women in our lives, we must protect their reproductive rights. There are all these states going around that places the most onerous restrictions on abortions. Like, you can only have an abortion after so many weeks before you even know, the woman even knows that there's a fetus inside of her. And you remembered Katie Britt, the senator from Arkansas, who had this very bad case of ham acting after Biden's State of the Union address. Is that the best the Republicans can do? Well, anyway, she has this bright idea of a database. She's proposing this bill that would establish a database for all women who are pregnant. Hello, 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 John Mason. How's everybody? Well, I'm coming over the shock of Donald What's-His-Face becoming president again. In fact, I'm not going to recognize him as my president. I don't recognize him as my president. He's nothing to me. And he didn't win no mandate. He just had this razor-thin lead over Harris. I commend Harris for that excellent campaign she ran. She ran a positive message, a message of including people, whereas Trump's message was one of attacking people. And I'm going to continue every effort I can to resist the Trump agenda, to resist everything he's going to plan on Project 2025. And yes, he will try to implement that and go beyond it if possible. Oh, but it's not totally hope. But what pleases me is I'm not alone. I'm going to be joined by millions and millions and millions of Americans who, as I do, despise Trump. I'm going to do everything we can to work against his agenda. I am pleased. Well, you notice the band of bozos he's got picked for his cabinet, like Marco Rubio, who Trump constantly disrespected as little Marco and all. He's going to appoint little Marco to be Secretary of State. That's how Trump is. People in the Republican Party criticize Trump. They stand up, they complain about Trump, but they ended up licking his asshole. I'm not going to be nice about it. No more niceness. No more Mr. Nice Guy. We make a strong stand against the bastard. And he's been trying to have Matt Gaetz as his attorney general, but even the Republicans in the Senate won't go along with him. And it is good that he resigned from the House over the allegations, which I find credible, of him sexually molesting underage girls. And for Secretary of Defense, Peter Hegseth, who was a Fox News host, and as we see as a total zealot, a total fanatic, totally bad news. I have no choice but to fight back. try to ignore it, like ignore a school bully that picks on you no matter how peaceful you are. I urge everybody within the sound of this podcast to get together with your friends, all your like-minded people, and stand up to the fucker. Stand up to him. And we'll put a serious kink in Trump's plans. Like with his appointments. John Thune of South Dakota is now Senate Majority Leader. Trump's candidate, Rick Scott, Florida, didn't make the final cut. So, and I'm worried about him too, Thune, but I don't know if he's a never Trumper, but he was the favorite of the establishment Republicans, whereas Scott was Trump's favorite. So I say we get in touch with our friendly neighborhood senator and tell them, vote no on each and every one of Trump's appointees. The whole thing. I believe they'll slow him down pretty well. And I noticed that in Pennsylvania, the provisional ballots are still being counted. And maybe, just maybe, Bob Casey will be our senator again. We gotta keep the fight up. Mass mobilizations put a stop in Trump in the past, and well, it slowed him down. They showed we will resist, and let's see what happens in the second go round. He's going to be. I know he's going to be even worse. But we got to make a stand. I think we can do it. Okay. Advertisements. All this work I do, my blog, my podcast, my YouTube channel, my poetry, my fiction, they're all work. I need to be paid for my work. It costs money to put all this material out, and I need to be compensated for it, and hopefully bring it to a higher level. So, please get on my website, johnomason.com, and click either the Buy Me a Coffee button or the PayPal button, and see what you can give. I would greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thanks. And also, Soldier of the Cross, my novel, is available on Amazon.com. It's the story of David Lucas, who as a young man in the early 60s is a drunk and a horde chaser and a school bully. He gets in trouble in the army. He comes out of the army a born-again fanatical Christian who just wants to be a manly man for Jesus, but how he goes about it leads him to disaster. Please look him up. Look it up. Soldier of the Cross on Amazon.com. And also, Hemperific is a lovely little CBD product store located on Snyder Avenue near 15th Street in South Philadelphia. There you'll find some of the finest cannabis-infused products. Gummies and candies and flour and teas and hand sanitizer and lip balm and dog treats. Yes, dog treats. Look them up, please. HemperificLLC.com. And also my beloved career and business coach, Michelle Snow. Michelle is excellent in helping you develop your professional career or small business. let you know what you're doing right, where you need work, and help you network with other up-and-coming entrepreneurs and professionals. Please look her up. growwithsnow.com. Okay, that's our that's the way going forward ahead. I, who live in the Philadelphia area, will seek out locally based forms of resistance. Like Tip O'Neill said, old politics is local. And move beyond it to national networks of people, anti-Trump resistance. Okay. Alrighty then. Shabbat Shalom. Have a lovely weekend. Bye.